Hey everyone, it's MK. Welcome back to MK Quilts and MK Quilts University for this episode of What's Up with MK. So today here I am at the shop and I am in my happy place in the Longarm studio. So I'm going to take you in a minute around the shop and we're going to look at what's up on each one of these beautiful handy quilter machines. And specifically what I want to cover with you today is the frame over my right hand shoulder has a quilt going on it that the design has been picked, but there's something very special about what needs to happen on that quilt, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of testing with the size of a pattern, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to figure that out. But let's go ahead and walk around and see what we got going on the frames today. All right, let's go ahead and start over here with our Amara 20 with Pro Stitcher on an 8-foot frame. And yes, indeed, right there in the corner, proudly displayed every day is our "Your machine is only as good as your retailer." Remember, you guys, we are national retailers for Handy Quilter. We just this week got notified that we hit the top sales bracket for Handy Quilter again. What an honor it is to work with Handy Quilter, and we are so grateful for all of our machine owners. So thank you very much to all of our owners out there across the country, and if you want one of these beautiful machines, give us a call. All right, well, on this frame is a beautiful stripology quilt. I don't know the name of it right now, but it was made by our certified stripology teacher. Her name is Sandy, and I have been given very specific instructions today that I need to get this finished and bound because we're taking this to a guild meeting on Monday night. So I just have a couple of days to get this done, but we're getting towards the end. This is a beautiful edge-to-edge design, and it looks like it's called Alyssa. I do believe that that is a design by My Creative Stitches, the one and only Miss Christy Dillon and her daughter Becky. All right, let's see what we got going on next door. All right, over here on our Amara 24 with Pro Stitcher on a 12-foot frame, we have a quilt that was just finished yesterday by one of my part-time employees, and this is with that lovely line of fabric called Love Letter. It's a Moda line, and it's that line of fabric that Ellen absolutely went berserko crazy, happy, excited over when we did our unboxing. Okay, so this is all available in our online shop. I have not picked a design yet for this, but since she is uber crazy about these pearl bracelets, I think I'm going to choose something that's pearl in nature for an edge-to-edge. That was just the door chime that you heard, so obviously we got business going on today in the shop. We have a little window that looks through our shop, so I can help out over there if need be. And just giving you a little peek of our owner map there. That's our little pin map that we have. Shows our owners all over the country. All right, let's see what's going on next door. All right, over here on this Amara 20 with Pro Stitcher on a 10-foot frame, just mentioning that this is the Studio 3 with the highlight system. We absolutely love this new configuration of the highlight system. But you know what, Amara 20 on 10-foot, I'm not sure you're going to get used today. You might have to. Just wait for another day. Okay, over here is really the quilt that relates to the frame that I'm going to next show you. This is a beautiful quilt. I think it's called Woodland Creatures or something like that. Of course, I will drop the link because I do believe we still have a couple of kits available. But the design that was stitched on there is a beautiful design from Urban Elements, and it's called Time Warp. And that is the design that I'm going to be focusing in on our quilt that's going on the next frame. And yes, there is a footstool there because it plays into what I'm going to be doing over here. next door on our fourth and final machine here in the Longarm studio on another Amara 24 on a 12-foot frame. This is the quilt that's going on this frame. And I love this quilt for probably one reason. These colors are the colors that I started my quilting career in. And by that I mean my piecing career. These look to me to be thimbleberries, and I just love this color palette. You know, honestly, Ellen has taken me in different directions with regard to color, but I love this color palette still. It's very dear to my heart. Okay, what is the relation between this quilt and that Woodlands quilt? The customer on this quilt wants the exact time warp pattern, but she wants it at the exact sizing that I used on the other quilt. Now here's the thing. I'm stitching out on an Amara 24 with Pro Stitcher today. It does have the design already set up. Let's take a look. This is how we do it here in the shop. It is a connected edge to edge, so it's 2 passes connected together. Stop and start are along the left-hand side. Right now, it's currently at 17.7 inches high for 2 connected passes, which will fit on this Amara 24. However, I stitched that quilt over there on my Infinity. I don't know if I had a 3rd pass connected. I don't even know what size I stitched it at, and I certainly don't have the stitch out files. So we are going to have to figure out the sizing on that and then repeat the sizing over here. Now, it's a really, really simple step, but some of you may not know how to figure that out. So if you do connected edge to edge like we do, hold that thought. I will take you into simulation and I will show you exactly how I'm going to accomplish that. Yep, I do use a mouse and keyboard at our machines because I like to be able to use designer at the machines and whatnot, and lots of times it's just easier to use a mouse and a keyboard. I have a little lesson on that, so if you want to learn more about that, I will drop the link to that course. Over here is a special project. I don't know if I will get to working further on this project, but this is a project that's like 2 little samplers that are very, very dear to my heart. And I'm going to make that its own lesson. So hold that thought on those 2 sweet little samples right there. Over here is not necessarily a handy quilter machine, or is it? Over here today, I have my Pro Stitcher running in simulation mode up and at 'em. I right now just have a little whole cloth that I have designed, and it's just stitching through that because I wanted to show you. But I will be using the simulation product today to do a layout on this cute little red, white, and blue. It's a 3-yard quilt from the folks at Fabric Cafe. There's a beautiful quilt by Ellen, one of her curved ruler quilts. She loves those rulers from So Kind of Wonderful. And of course, look at all of Ellen's beautiful free motion quilting. Ellen's not here today, but I always like to show you Ellen's work. And then if I have time, of all the other things that I have to do, I've got a couple projects here that I'm finishing, and they are both twister projects. I'm kind of on a twister kick. You know, the twister tool has been around for a long, long time, but it's kind of going through a resurgence right now, at least in my book it is. And so yeah, I've got a few things I'm working on with that. Again, we have our big screen plugged into my laptop, and this is where if we have any drops today, we will have them step up to the big screen. I'll pull up MKDI and we will pick designs. So I have my work cut out for me today, don't I? Well, that's fine because I love a quilting day when I can just be in here by myself and getting her done, as it were. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish loading this quilt over here, and then I'll bring you along because we are gonna decide how tight we need to stitch that thing, and it's based on what I did before on the Woodlands quilt. All right, everybody, stay tuned.